On the dais, all the doctors and all the media friends. So first of all, I want to thank them for having chosen Bangalore to launch this first of a one-of-a-kind facility in India. And I think it's a great initiative for the city also, that to be able to provide good healthcare and cutting-edge healthcare to our people, not only in Karnataka, but of course, whoever wants to use this healthcare facility from across India or even across the world. Apollo has got a good presence in Bangalore and in Karnataka. They've got many hospitals which have been up and running and have earned a very good name with very good doctors and good healthcare facilities. And it is one of the leading hospital brands in India, if not the most leading brand in India. And so they have a great history. And we just heard the MD Sangeeta Reddy speaking on how her father, after the Apollo patient came to India and used the Apollo name, because he must have been inspired by what happened in the US, and came back to India and started this venture of bringing good healthcare and modern healthcare to our country. And it's been a long journey. And of course, today the focus is more on cancer, because that is what you are trying to target, how we can give effective treatment for cancer, and how we can see that people who are afflicted by it can get the best treatment that is available across the world over here, and to be able to recover from it. The minute anyone hears or gets the information that they've got cancer, or one of their relatives or close friends have got cancer, it's a very traumatic experience, because cancer has got, like, the word itself has become synonymous with so many things that can go bad in an uncontrolled manner. And I mean, it takes a huge toll on anyone. It's like a physical toll. The emotional well-being is also, is a problem. And then, of course, the financial impact for anyone, families who undergo this, cost of treatments are expensive. So it takes, I mean, it is definitely something which nobody wants to hear. But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't have it. We should have it. Because today's expensive treatment is tomorrow's treatment for all. Because the cost keeps going down. So we should be at the cutting edge. We should be having all these facilities. And for us, what is of the primary concern is how we can prevent or screen and catch them at an early age or at an early stage, so that the treatment becomes less expensive and easier to handle, and also the curative part of it also becomes more possible. So that becomes our main goal. So just now Sangeeta ji was saying about our intention of cervical cancer. We are still working on it, because our first thing is to start screening breast cancer, cervical cancers, and oral, like mouth cancers. If we can catch them early, so we are trying to put in a program where we start screening our people across populations, across the entire regions, and see that if we can identify at an early stage. And if it's caught early, then we can, of course, treat them early in a better manner. So that becomes and second thing is, of course, vaccinations, which she spoke about. But basically to get it off ground, because the cost of vaccinations are expensive. So we are requesting Government of India to take up HPV vaccine as a part of the vaccination program across the country, because it's an expensive vaccine and it needs huge funds. So, because cervical cancer can definitely be eliminated if done in a systematic manner. Breast cancers can be easily found out at an early stage by manual, and also, of course, ultrasound and mammograms and all that. So these are the things and more people are getting it. The number of people who have got, like I said earlier, it's becoming a common disease. Cardiovascular cancer are the biggest killers today, the non-communicable diseases. So, because people are living longer, the lifespan is longer, so the chance of getting these diseases also increases. When we got independence, the average lifespan of a person in India was about 32-33 years. So today we are at 70 years. So obviously the chance of getting these diseases also increases. Of course, lifestyle is contributing in a huge way, and all the pollutions and the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, and the water that we drink, and everything. And so all these things are contributing to increase incidence of cancer. So it's a multi-pronged approach. As a government, we have to think from all angles how, first of all, we can prevent, how we can catch them early, and how we can treat them at as low cost as possible. And so that we can work together on different various other programs and other activities. So I think I've spoken long enough, and many people have already spoken a lot, and it was good, interesting for us also to see how these technologies work. Just now she said that proton beam therapy costs 1,000 crores. The whole, the entire setting it up and bringing it. So it shows how expensive technology is and how it needs huge amount of resources, and for people to willing to commit to spend these kind of resources. But I think to see that whatever from our side we can do, we will definitely do. So I want to congratulate the entire team for this initiative, and I surely do hope that this.
And I would add that an advancement such as today's, the launch of India's first AI-driven precision oncology center by Apollo in Bengaluru underlines the state government's belief and support to our organizational mission, which is to bring healthcare of international standards within the reach of every individual.
And who we are. Harshit spoke about the impact that this would have on mankind. So when Chairman came back from the US, it was, all of us came back, it was around the time that Apollo 11 landed on the moon. And Neil Armstrong said, this is one small step for man, but a giant leap for mankind. And this is truly the vision that we've always had. We started in 1983 with one single hospital, but we called it Apollo Hospitals. And because we believed that India needed healthcare, and it needed quality healthcare, and it needed healthcare at 1/10 the cost, international cost, but still delivering quality healthcare outcomes. 30 years ago, we began our journey with cancer oncology, and when we began, we started this hospital in Tenapet, which we called, first we called it Apollo Cancer Hospital. And people at that time, cancer was a death sentence. People were so afraid to even go to the hospital because they thought, okay, this is an end-of-life journey for me. So we quickly changed the name and said Apollo Specialty. And I said, okay, let's put orthopedics into that and get, take it away from the word cancer, because there is so much fear. So Apollo's journey has been not just bringing technology, AI, but it's also about removing that fear. 30 years ago, it was a death sentence. Today, we believe that cancer can be conquered, cancer can be cured, that we will win against cancer. So what are the things that Apollo has done to really advance this journey, which we began 30 years ago?